Tonight from Fernwood tonight, 30 minutes of whatever, coming to you almost live with your host for tonight, Mr. Barth Gimbel. Tonight, our guest will be Tony Rolletti, who'll try again. Stan Rolletti, riding his rocket to stardom. William W.D. Bud Fry to tell Gerald Ford where he can put his stuff. And Happy Kind and the Birthmakers. And me, I'm Jerry Hubbard. And now here's your host and mine, Mr. Barth Gimbel.
Thank you. A sitting ovation. That's great. Good evening, and welcome again to Fernwood tonight. I am Barth Gimbel. I shouldn't even say that. We have all that applause again. Oh, we didn't. Okay. Anyway, I guess the word has gotten around town that my birthday is exactly 11 days from today. I don't know how people find out things like this. I guess there's just this hunger to find out the little details about major personalities that make them seem even more human and even more lovable. You know, it's good because it does something I hate about this business, that ugly, ugly wall between big star and small audience, and I think we just tear that thing down that way. I'm glad. Anyway, the rumors are true. I've got a birthday just like everybody else, and nothing more, nothing less. It's just a day. And it is less than 2 weeks away. A fortnight plus one, actually. And people are just asking about it left and right. All the mail, the calls. It's amazing. So I'd like to answer those questions right here and now if I can. I've got some notes on this because I don't want to get it wrong. Shirt size is a medium. 32 sleeve, 14.5 neck. The pants are a 33 length. Length is a 30. It's 33 waist, length 30. Usually they'll throw the alterations in for free, so don't worry about that. The jacket, for those of you who might be considering an entire outfit, and you know who you are, the jacket is a 39 regular, almost right off the rack. I have to have it taken in, but I'll do that, okay? It used to be a Portly, actually, but no more. Thank you. Oh, okay. Belt size is a 33, but I got plenty of belts, so forget that. And as far as underwear is concerned, well, I like to pick that out myself. It's kind of a personal thing. I mean, I really do like to pick it out myself. I can spend 2 or 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon just going right through the jockey department at a time of my life. Anyway, good hunting, and be sure and let me know where you bought it, just in case I don't like it, okay? So much for that. Our announcer, Mr. Jerry Hubbard.
Hey. We don't have to wait for your birthday. Every day's a party around here. And listen, I like your idea of that little hint about the clothes. And maybe, you know, your weight fluctuates from time to time. You may also request some of those suits in a size 42 long.
I don't see why, Jerry. I mean, that's what you wear, not what I wear.
Oh, that's true. I'd wear some of your jackets, but with these heavily muscled shoulders, it makes it kind of hard to squeeze into it.
Those heavy muscles will do it. That's why you don't wear my hat.
That's right. You know, a couple of years ago, I gave a little hint around here. I said the picture on my TV set was getting a little fuzzy and blurry, and I'd like something to watch my favorite TV shows with.
Yeah.
They gave me a pair of glasses.
Jerry's kind of hard to buy for, but here's a hint, and for you people who have those hard to buy for people, sometimes you may throw something out that you don't need anymore that's the perfect gift for someone else. When I got my new radial tires for my car, I don't want to say the brand name because that would be a plug, but I got the tires down at Virgil Sims' Blue Ace station, and wonderful. It was more of a gift than anything else. At any rate, I got these new tires. What do you do with the old casings? And I saved I saved all of them, but I gave one to Jerry for his birthday, and son of a gun, he tied a rope around it and put it on one of the limbs in his backyard. You should see him out there on Saturdays in the tires.
It's good exercise, but the best exercise is trying to blow up that thing. That's really hard on the chest. You should have included a little pump.
It's just the casing, Jerry.
Oh, no wonder the air won't hold.
Mr. President? Mr. President? Mr. President, can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to do? Mr. President, what kind of reaction?
Mr. President, Wednesday at 9 p.m. on TV 12.
You know, it's our custom to spotlight upcoming talent in our show in a feature we call Rocket to Stardom. And it's probably used on so many shows. It's such a simplistic name. Why don't we just have him come on out here, huh? Tony Rolletti, are you here? Here he is.
Fernwood tonight!
Tone.
Hey, Barther, how you doing?
Hey, I didn't expect you were going to do a number for us.
Those are my people out there. I love you.
The people may be confused. Tony is not on the rocket to stardom. His ship has already sailed, and he's well underway. So,
Little extra music there. Hey, what a relief having you back here. Tony Rolletti, I swear.
Me?
Yeah.
sure. Is that a new toupee again? Yeah. You keep coming up with him. You must be doing well.
I rent an apartment for all of them.
Oh, tell the folks out there quickly why you're here, Tony, or else somebody might think you're going to get up and sing again and switch right over to Farm Report. You know? Hey, we kid each other, huh?
When we can't get each other, who can we kid? Well, I tell you, Bart, this is one of my most proud. I'm as proud as pie.
Well, great.
I tell you, because my very own nephew is going to be on the rocket to stardom today.
Oh, boy.
And he's just growing up just like me and just singing like a bird and just trying to follow in his old Uncle Tony's patent leather shoes.
So you have your young nephew, is it, here?
Yes.
And you say he's following your shoes? I think in that case we ought to get it over with quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go with Rocket to Stardom.
So you want a big thing, the chance has come. Now you're on Rocket to Stardom.
We're back. Tonight on Rocket to Stardom, the debut of this man's little nephew. Please welcome Master Chance Rolletti.
I'm going to sing Sneakily Sneak Alive. Ain't she sweet? He walking down the street. Now ask you very confidently. Ain't she sweet? Ain't she nice? Look over once or twice. Now ask you very confidently. Ain't she nice? You got the line in the direction. Oh me, oh my, ain't that perfection? Stop to the eye. Don't keep that shining me. Now ask you very confidently. Ain't she
Come on over here.
My boy.
Hey, Chance. Hey, matching outfits.
Boy.
And that's a groovy toupee on him. Did you pick that out? You don't usually find a child that young bald, but he's really following the footsteps. Looks great.
Interesting, though, Jerry, a lot of babies, when they're first born, are bald.
That's right.
It's amazing.
And then as you grow older, you get old, you lose your hair, you're bald again.
Well, he's either growing old very quickly or staying very young.
Isn't he a talented young guy, though?
Sure is, Tony.
He's got everything his Uncle Tony's got.
Poor kid. That's tough. Hey, I'm just kidding.
I know. If we can't kid each other, who can
And we
kid?
can.
Boy, I tell you, you're getting pretty good. You know, we ought to start some singing. You want to work with your old Uncle Tony, huh?
No thanks.
Okay.
What have you guys got in the works? Anything?
Well, yeah, I'm putting together, in fact, a little chance here. He's got a part in a new TV series I'm putting together. It's kind of pre-negotiative stages right now. But, you know, there's so much talent in the old Rolletti family, and I want to kind of share that God's gift with the world, you know? So I'm putting together a little show. It's either going to be a variety show, kind of like the Partridge Family.
Sure.
Or it might be kind of one of those drama human interest stories, kind of like the Waltons, with a little bit of singing and dancing in it. Oh, I better be quiet. Somebody might be out there and steal the idea.
Well, you can bet it won't be me, Tony. Have Little Chance in here. Maybe you could call it Little Chance. I think that's what it would be. Or if Slim Chance, if he gains weight, it'd be Fat Chance. I think it's all the same thing. Looks so great sitting here together. It's like, this is probably what you get if you put Tony in one of those garbage compactors.
Or in the spin dry down at Al's Laundry.
Yeah, we've had letters requesting both. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I want to thank you especially for keeping it short. We'll be right back after these words.
Celebrate the spirit of Christmas when Metro...
Thanks, Abby. You can take a hint. As if this wasn't enough, and I think that's what a lot of people are saying, we have yet another guest tonight. He's here with us. He is Fernwood's alleged ambassador at large. He always says he is. And
There's some question about that. Some people phoned in with some questions and objections to him using that title.
more objections, I think, than questions.
Yes.
Yeah. His name is William W.D. Bud Prize. Well, William W.D. Bud.
Yeah, I was having this exciting dream about ex-President Ford, and
Really?
my heart ain't in it. Look, I've got to digress. I have to digress from my topic of tonight, which was essentially about President Ford. But I want to tell you something. This afternoon, I was watching the Dinah Shore show. I never miss it. Ever. Not a day in my life do I miss Dinah Shore. I want to tell
You've
you
got a
something.
thing for her.
Chin of dynasty, the only reason I'm going through all this stuff with my chin, trying to jam it back in my jaw so that I'll have a real nice profile of Dinah. I love this woman. This is a big bone woman, and I love her. Guess who was on the show this afternoon?
I don't know what could possibly upset you on the Dinah Shore
George
show.
Montgomery's on the show. George Montgomery. Used to be married to that sweet angel. Give her up. And there he is on the show with her.
It's the same man that makes the furniture, I believe, isn't it, George Montgomery?
He makes furniture. Not only that, but he's all into the different sculpture and art and all like that. And he's on there tooting his own horn like crazy. I never seen anything the like of it in my entire life.
I'll be darned.
He's showing the different paintings that he's done and all that, like that, and all that sort of thing, you know.
Art.
Well, it just got me so darn upset. I just can't see straight. I don't know. My heart is just going like a trip hammer. Well, I want you to know, Dinah, that the two of us could make beautiful art together. And I just want to show you, and also the viewing audience, I just want to encourage everybody, to think of themselves as an artist. I mean, there's no person who can't begin drawing. I mean, if you know a few of the simple principles of art. And now, for instance, I make one circle here, you see there. I'll make one circle there. I'll make one circle here. All right, that don't look like nothing. But then you'll put two lines here like that, and just in that fashion. Start out with a simple stick figure, just like that. Work in your arms in this fashion here. Now it don't look like nothing, does it? But when you start to fill in the figure, just in this fashion here, you see, you thicken out the legs to a better proportion, you see.
It becomes almost three-dimensional.
Thicken out your arms there. Start to add the little different features, like your mouth, like your nose, your eyes, a little bit of hair here. Some ears on there. And now here I'm going to add two simple lines, and you see what it is. That's all right. Go on over ahead. Yeah. Now, put a chimney in here. Smoke. This round circle don't look like nothing until I do this, and I'll bet this young man will recognize instantly what this becomes. What is it? A sun. Well, all right. That's off my mind. I just didn't want George to get a leg up on me, so to speak.
You mentioned something before that was interesting.
Well,
mentioned the idea of President Ford,
Well, guess
you had
who
a
this
dream?
is?
I can't guess who that is.
Well, wait a minute. If I add more details like fingers,
Okay.
and this here, who is it?
Could be a man with a yo-yo. Someone walking a conch shell, possibly a grenade.
That's a golf club. The young man just said exactly what it is. It's a golf club. That's President Ford.
You know, Bud, last time you were on the show, I had a couple of questions I wanted to ask. I didn't get time. One of them is, what does that WD in your name stand for? William W.D. Bud
Well,
Price.
now, that's a real interesting thing because, you see, I had no middle names when I was born. But my mama's name was Damon.
I thought it was a family connection there.
And that's the D in the name, you know. And I was breastfed till I was 3 years of age.
Wow. That's a long time.
At the age of 3, my daddy looked over at my mama and says, "Weanum, Damon." So the W actually stands for Weanum. WD, I don't use Weanum Damon, naturally. I just use WD.
Sounds silly.
That's a family thing.
Fantastic. But what's new down at the Chamber of Commerce?
You know, I had this feeling about President Ford, you know. I was cutting out this recipe out of the Chronicle for tuna surprise.
That's the one made with scotch. I remember it was in there. Tuna scotch casserole. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
For them as drinks. Otherwise, you can use things like maple syrup.
Yeah.
Maple syrup. That's right. I've seen it. Well, I flipped over this recipe, and here on the other side of this story about ex-President Ford that's going all through Michigan, here, thither, and yon, looking for $3 million to open an ex-President Ford museum in Grand Rapids.
That's the furniture capital of our nation, too.
Absolutely true. And there you see, there is no reason in the world why you need furniture in a museum unless you're talking about a wax museum, and then I suppose you could get away with wax furniture, you know. But anyway, I'm clipping out this recipe for tuna surprise, you know, and all of a sudden, this light goes on above my head.
Well,
That was very lucky because, as you know, it's very bad for your eyes to read in the dark.
I certainly do know that, and my mama, Damon, you know, was an expert seamstress, and this is a woman who could and did tie 2 knots in an eyelash. And I want you to know that my mama done this every day of her life.
really?
What, may I ask, what was the reason for her doing
The reason for that was to keep her fingers nimble, because she had arthritis, and she kept her fingers real nimble by tying these 2 knots in an eyelash.
Not while they were still in her eyelid, though.
No, she'd pluck mine out sometimes. Now, imagine, if you will, the idea of the President of the United States scurrying around here, thither, and yon in Michigan asking for $3 million to build his museum. And to build it in Grand Rapids, that's already famous, when here is Fernwood that just needs such of a project as this to buff up its prospects.
Yep. Well, Bud, it sounds to me like you're angling to get that Ford Museum built right here in FW, Fernwood. Am I right?
Don't you know you just added 2 and 2 and come up with a number between 3 and 5? And I want you to know, with the spunk that we have in Fernwood, I'll bet you dollars to dog dirt that we could get it done.
It occurs to me, if you wanted to go with the bigger building, though, you could have a Ford Museum that would be for all the Fords. For President Ford, of course, and he'd be the main one in the main room, but in some of the other little rooms off there, you could have Henry Ford and Whitey Ford and Les Paul and Mary Ford. Anyone named Ford, you could just throw them all in there. I think that might be a good idea.
I want you to know, this here hat was worn by Ward Fiedler, who sat in the Ohio delegation at the convention in K.C. And he wore this very hat, and right here we have some of the actual confetti.
Well, better get it all back in there. You don't want to lose this. Probably worth it.
No, this is not the real. The hat's real, but the confetti is this.
Simulated?
This is simulated.
That's the fake one.
The real confetti is all locked up under lock and key.
Okay, good.
This is wore by Ward, you know, at the convention itself.
Was Ward, was he an actual delegate or an alternate, or what was he?
He's the bus driver. Here's the bus driver, and there were some people that didn't want to go in, give him their tickets, So he went on in, and he wore this hat all the way back from KC to Fernwood on the bus.
I'll be darned.
That's right.
Hey, you're not going to tell me these are actually Gerald Ford's shoes here, are you?
Well,
Can you pull these out?
well, no, Bart, I'm not actually going to tell you that because that would be a lie. But I will tell you this, that these shoes, this here, can the camera see this? These shoes are exactly and precise the same size of a shoe that President Ford wears. We are going to nail these down in the museum, and anybody who wishes to come by and slip his feet in there and see how it would feel to wear the same size of a shoe as President Ford may do so. This is
Because there's an old saying that don't judge a man till you've worn his shoes.
This is an idea that's this idea is quite similar to your gremlin's Chinese footprints.
Bud, thanks so much for being with us, and a lot of good luck to you. And it was interesting hearing about everything you had to say tonight,
Yeah.
especially. I like that part.
Oh, one thing, just one thing. If George Montgomery, if you're watching, George, get remarried or get off the pot.
Well, we certainly hope the Ford Museum works out a lot better than your artwork here. We'll be right back after these words. Thanks, Hap. Happy Kind the Mirth Makers. I got to thank them because we're almost at the end here. Aren't they terrific? Very great. I do have to thank my guest tonight. Happy's a regular, but we did have 2.5 guests here tonight, and I'd like to start out by thanking you, too. Tony, Chance, best of luck, or best of chance, I guess, or best of 7, whatever you want to go for, with your television series, and maybe you'll be on opposite us or the cow sales next summer. And William W.D. Budd, what can I possibly say that you haven't said already?
I don't know.
I don't either. Jerry does, too. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow night. Don't go away.